What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, you guys? We are back again for another episode review of games people play. This is season 2, episode 3, Love and Basketball. Baby, let me just say this. Okay. I was a little concerned about the episode. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I was like, one particular character situation, I was sitting here like, where we going with this and why are we doing this? But at the same time, y'all got my ass at the end, baby. I was sitting here like, now why would y'all do that? Okay, now why would y'all do that? I just want to understand, all right? Because it happened to a character, and bitch, I when we watch the next episode, listen, that motherfucker better have just passed out, and they better have put him in the hospital and revived him because if what happens it's not what happened, I'm gonna be mad, okay? I'm gonna be 100% mad, all right? Because I actually like that character. But before I'm jumping ahead, But let's just get into this review for this episode, baby. Okay, so first we pick up where we left off last week, okay? Last week, Eden dropped off Marcus, and they kind of made it seem like, because Marcus, he got that deep voice or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So fix me, you know what I'm saying? He did all that stuff. So fix me, how I be doing and all that stuff, when you try to be a little sexy and all that stuff. I said, bruh, you're drunk, okay? And I said, Eden, please don't do what I think you're gonna do, okay? But Miss Mama, she said, listen, I'm too smart for that because she said, girl, I'm gonna just drop you off, all right? Next thing you know, we see Marcus. He's waking up in the bed because he's also getting a phone call from his daddy, basically telling him, get your ass up, okay? Listen, I understand that you're going through what you're going through, but you can't just sit there and let your life, pass you by. You still got to keep on going, okay? And that's true tea. That's true tea, all right? Hey Leon, baby, it is so funny, and I just put the connection together. It reminds me of 20s, okay? Because on 20s, if y'all have not been watching it, such a great show, okay? On 20s, Rick Fox and Vanessa Williams are on there playing husband and wife, and y'all they used to be married, okay? They used to be married back in the day, and it is so funny to me that they are on there playing husband and wife. And then on this show, you got Leon playing Marcus' daddy, and then you got Cynthia Bailey, who was his baby mama, okay, or the mother of his daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that. I don't want to call Cynthia a baby mama. She was in the episode too. On this episode, we saw Leon last week. We see Cynthia this week. I said, come on, y'all better get these checks, okay? A family that play together, we stay together with money, okay? That's how we do it. Anyway, so that's what was going on with Marcus, but he also called over the black detective. I'm gonna get his name one day, okay? I don't know when it's gonna be, but we just gonna call him the black detective that we kind of okay with, you know what I'm saying? What happened to the other one? What happened to the white guy? He moved to another division. As soon as they said, oh, case closed, he thought it was closed and he just got off of it. I don't know, but we got a black guy, okay? And he called him over there to the house basically to ask what's going on with Vanessa in the case, okay? And first of all, I ain't appreciate the black guy, the detective coming up there like, so what, you got some more information for us? You got some information for us? No, I ain't got no information for y'all. Okay, what if I told you last week I ain't had nothing, what makes you think I'm gonna have something this week? Okay. No, all I wanna know is where's my baby Deja? That's Marcus, okay? Do you even know where she at? All right, listen, I don't care about Vanessa. I mean, that's my wife or whatever, but at this point in time, I'm pissed off at her because she really just got up and left and just left me up in the dumps, okay? I'm up here wrecking my brains. I don't know where my baby at. I don't know if she okay. I don't know where the other baby at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how nobody doing at this point. Like, I'm just stuck, okay? Can you at least tell me something? No. I said, what? I said, detective, blink an eye if you know that they're okay. Just give me a blink. You ain't got to technically tell us, okay? Like, just blink. That's what Marcus was basically like, nigga, blink, okay? But he gonna tell him, you either, give us some information about where she at or file a missing persons report or whatever. And I said, now, that ain't what he gonna do. He is not about to do that because he don't want anything to happen to Vanessa in the long run, all right? That's why he was trying to protect her from the very beginning, okay? He just wanted, I don't even think at this point he knows that he's not gonna get the baby back without Vanessa being caught, okay? But he just wants to know that his child is okay, okay? And if his child is okay, 9 out of 10, Vanessa is okay, And at this point, he getting a little pushback and ain't nobody helping him out, all right? Moving on from that, Mr. Eric is being paranoid, okay? Eric is paranoid as all hell this whole entire episode, and it was getting on my nerves. I am not going to lie. Okay, I actually like Eric, all right, and that's who I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, this review. But I was sitting here confused. I said, why are we doing all this? Why are we doing all this? Why y'all got this man going insane in the membrane over this Jedediah? Like, okay, is he really that big of a person that you really got to be scared of? Now, granted, I understand, Jedediah, the pastor, the S&M pastor, probably dibbling, dabbling, getting his little prostate tickled, okay? He do probably little stuff. Explore your sexuality. It's fun, He did kind of call out Nia, and when he got back, okay, after he came from sex addiction rehab. They always go to rehab when they get caught. Okay, I got an addiction to this. No, you just cheated. Okay, you just cheated, and, you got caught doing stuff that you preached against. That's all that it is. You don't have an addiction, okay? But anyway, you was just out there living your real life. That's what it was, okay? But at this point, of course, he kind of called Nia out, like, I know where you work at, kind of calls her out, where her job at. Didn't say her name per se, but said where she works at, okay? And, he's been paranoid ever since, okay? Now, Miss Nia, I am still mad at you for this ball gag situation. Mind you, the actress that played it gonna say something, listen. This was pre-pandemic, okay? I'm sitting here like, girl, pre-pandemic or not, baby, okay? Listen, we do not put stuff in people's mouths or whatever when we don't clean it off first, okay? I don't care. Y'all literally open up packages. Y'all open up packages that you get in the mail or whatever, and y'all don't wash it off a little bit. Y'all don't wash it off and desensitize. Y'all wasn't doing that pre-COVID. Girl, what's wrong with y'all? And it's something like that you just put that ball gag up in that man's mouth. Didn't even know where it came from. Didn't even put a little water or a little spritz on that shit. I said, girl, And ever since then, he been paranoid as hell because they don't know where that box came from. He all up in MJ house. I like the fact that they incorporating Kendall's real things that he be doing, because I come across some of his stuff on TikTok, I believe, and he do be making those drinks or whatever. So he was in the kitchen about to do that. Meanwhile, Eric come up in there being paranoid as hell about, Jebediah. Somebody was following him. He thought it was Jebediah, and it really wasn't. And, we just got to be careful and all this stuff. And MJ is me. Nigga, you was going crazy, and you need to calm down, okay? Maybe you need this drink more than I do, all right? MJ was like, you stay over there, you do whatever you gonna do. I'm gonna punch play on this and get my people what they want, okay? The drink of the day is, I said, I know that's right, because sometimes you just can't entertain crazy, because you gonna go crazy trying to entertain that mess. And that is why I do not believe in, I cannot get myself into conspiracy theories, okay? Because, baby, the shit that Eric was going through, it's a whole bunch of y'all that do the same damn thing, okay? Y'all may not be to that extreme that you just looking all over your shoulders or whatever, but it's a lot of y'all that believe in a whole bunch of these crazy-ass conspiracy theories, okay? And when they was talking about, baby, let's just go there, okay? Eric. Eric, he's online, and he looking at YouTube. And we see Cynthia. Cynthia got her faux locks or whatever, looking like she's down to earth, Mother Earth, and all that stuff, and spiritual goddess with it. I said, all right, Miss Cynthia. Miss Cynthia always look beautiful. I ain't even gonna lie. But, she up there talking about the foundation, and, the title of the thing was talking about some, basically, like secret societies or whatever. It's more than a secret society, and it's all out there for us or whatever, and they don't want us to know this and don't want us to know that. And of course, it's speaking, whatever Cynthia is saying, it's speaking to Eric. He's all up into it. And truth be told, I ain't gonna lie, if you really think that stuff, it's not hard for y'all to get caught up in that stuff, okay? Listen, I was looking at the whole American Horror Stories and the way that they did that whole second part, even though I didn't like it, and talking about the aliens, and then I looked at this TV show about the aliens, baby. I ain't never believed in aliens like that, but it had me sitting here thinking, now, what if, all it has is just take that one time to make you say, what if? That could possibly actually happen, But he finally made an account, so I guess he can comment, because you know on YouTube you can't comment if you don't have an account. So he made him an account right then and there, and then right at that moment he gets a message from old girl, Miss Cynthia, okay? And she was like, oh, finally glad that you joined. You know, I've been seeing this IP address so many times or whatever, so I'm glad that you finally joined. And he was like, yeah, it's so much stuff that I need to talk about. She was like, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of information that I can't talk to you online about. I can't post online. I'm gonna hit you up in the DMs. So they wind up getting on the phone with each other, right? They getting on the phone with each other, talking about the foundation and talking about this Jedediah situation. And, you know, it's so much more than the Illuminati, because, baby, all I was thinking was Illuminati. Because y'all know, especially us black folks, baby, it was a time, I ain't gonna put myself in there because I never believed in that shit. The first time I ever heard about Illuminati, you know, the Illuminati was on Tomb Raider. Okay, on Tomb Raider 1 with Angelina Jolie, my white bae. Okay, that was the only time. You know, I was like, they were talking about controlling time and light. Now y'all said Illuminati is a secret society. I said, I mean, it was on there, but I guess, you know, and that's all the teas that they was giving us, you know what I'm saying? And so at this particular point, you know, they're talking and she's playing into what he's going through, you know, his ideas. She finally got somebody that agreed with him. And then MJ took him to the barbershop to get him out the house, to stop all this craziness. And come to find out, the people in the barbershop, especially the main barber, Mike, he talking about, yeah, the foundation is real. The foundation consists of the people that actually put the crack up in neighborhoods in the 80s. And truth be told, some of the stuff that he was saying, a lot of us believe that part, okay? Especially with the crack, especially with the drugs, I should say, with the police and how they be treating you, you know, all of that. That's not hard to believe at that point, okay? I said, tell us something that we don't know, because I'm pretty sure just about every black person believes that. We all believe that. Meanwhile, MJ just sitting there like, I took him out the house and brought him to this safe space, you know, amongst brothers, thinking that this was going to get him out of this conspiracy hole and out of this paranoia. But yet, these motherfuckers is playing right up into it. And then Big Mike, he just give him you know, this group to go to. Okay, he said, look it up. I said, what? Don't do that. Don't play into his stuff, okay? He said, tell him Big Mike sent you. Mind you, this motherfucker go into the group and they up there having a visual chat, okay? It's like at least 6 people, you know, in there. And then you got the main person, Ruff, okay? This white guy looking like a evil Santa, okay? You know, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't like him. Because when they was talking and, you know, Eric was going deep into what the foundation could possibly be, and, you know, how they might be doing this and finding this, and they'll kill you and they'll do this, and if you getting close to the secrets and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, the other people was like, nah, man, I don't believe that. I mean, I guess, whatever. And they leave. But yeah, Ruff, the main guy, you know, he was just looking like, He started a chat with him and told him basically we need to meet up and we need to talk or whatever. He was like, yeah, we could talk in person. And of course, Eric is so eager. He's like, yeah. And I'm looking at body language. And I just knew something about him was not right. Before I even finished the episode and when I saw him, I was just like, first of all, this is why, and I don't want to be like this. This is why I don't trust too many white folks. I can be cool, but I ain't got to trust, okay? Because I don't know if it's a setup or not, okay? And I said, Lord, Eric, goddamn, okay? Like, be careful, you know? Meanwhile, another person that needs to be careful is Layla, okay? I'm just not understanding, okay? Because Layla, baby, she is literally living up in this apartment. She is living up in this expensive apartment complex. And I'm like, who is paying for it? I mean, I know that the agency is paying for it, but you really think that you are living there scot-free? Because you can't afford that yet. You're not getting gigs yet. She was auditioning, you know, making a self-audition tape, trying to audition for this, you know, role as a rookie cop in this movie or whatever. And I guess this is her first movie role or whatever. And I'm looking at the audition. I said, girl, sit your ass down. You need a little bit more work, sweetie, okay? And she was me at the end of the day. She was like, listen, they gonna have to get what they give, okay? This the best I can do right here, right now. I'm tagged, okay? I ain't got no more else. I just can't do it, okay? Take it or leave it. Love me or hate it. That's all you got to do. All right. And next thing you know, she's out to lunch or dinner or whatever with Nia. And I'm sitting here like, since when y'all became besties? A bitch almost got kidnapped or almost got killed or whatever, and now y'all best of friends? Y'all best of friends now? After, girl, I said, mind how the tables turn. I said, Nia, you only friends with her because Vanessa gone. That's all that it is, okay? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay, she seems like a nice girl, naive as hell. And truth be told, I feel like Layla do need somebody like Ania in her life, somebody that's slightly older than her, more mature, and has lived certain things. Okay, because she is not a good judgment of character at this point, and I'm just fearful for her right about now, because all of a sudden, her and Nia, they talking. So Nia broke up with Eric. I thought y'all was just getting a little space, until Eric calmed down. So you just broke up with him? I said, wow, Nia, you gonna do that to the man? Because he was trying to land a plane and you trying to take off? Girl. Anyway, and so in the midst of that, Leah, she was having a little hard time for that day, and then she got uplifted because she got the phone call saying that she got the role. I was like, So next thing we see them going on the set, trying to go to the wardrobe trailer, and they run into this big black action star. I guess he's supposed to be like the Will Smith, their Hollywood. His name was Spencer, and if you watch Bruh, he plays the doctor on Bruh. Okay, baby. Bro came back. It's on BET Plus streaming. I gotta catch up. I'm probably a couple episodes behind. But anyway, I'm so glad I reminded myself that. And Eric on there too. That's what's up. Okay? BET, I like the fact that y'all out here recycling y'all actors and keeping them paid. I love that shit. Okay, that's cool. Come on, Tyler Perry. That's what y'all remind me of. But anyway, moving on. They all are like, oh my God, you are this and whatever. But he got his eye on Nia. And I said, oh, Nia, what's finna happen? And she was like, listen, I ain't finna do all that. Mind you, she over there with Leah up in her, playing around in the pool in her complex. And she was like, girl, I can't believe that you up in here. I said, girl, I can't believe it either. I'm just waiting for the shooter drop. That's all that I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for all of that shit to fall through because I just know something is going to happen, okay? I'm bracing myself for it. Meanwhile, Leela was like, yeah, it's cool or whatever, but listen, Spencer was asking about you. She was like, I mean, that's cute or whatever, but I don't know if I want to do that or nothing like that. She was like, it's okay if you get you some. She said, yeah, if I get some, if you want some, yeah, but getting some from somebody else, that makes you a hoe. Okay. Because earlier when they was on the set, she was like, her and Eric might get back together, okay, like in a week. You know what I'm saying? And Leela was like, damn, y'all, you one of those. I said, listen, it happens. Okay. You break up for 2 days and you get back together. It happened, okay? And so at this point, they started talking about double standards. And I said, to be quite honest, this was a conversation that needed to be had, okay? Because they always say if a woman goes from man to man to man to man to man, she a hoe, okay? But then when a man does the same thing, have women after women after women, it's okay. He a stud, he this, he a player. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be. We got to quit this double standard. And even Nia had to say, that's just how she was brought up. That's how she was taught, And I'm like, if you want to get you some, baby, get you some. Like Leah said, when you first met me, you thought that I was a hoe. And I told you that I wasn't. And guess what? I'm not. She was like, I mean, you my friend. You not a hoe. You my friend with hoe tendencies. And I said, there is a big difference. Okay? I said, I would rather have hoe tendencies than be known as an actual hoe. Okay? Meanwhile, Miss Leah, girl, she went out on a date with freaking Romello. And I just have a bad feeling about this. I feel like he might try to take advantage of her because he is a player, okay? And, that's all that he thinks about. And we saw that earlier in the episode. We'll get to that, but, he trying to make it seem like, oh, I ain't trying to get with you. We can just be friends because she said she not on that baller shit, okay? But the way that he talking and trying to sweet talk her and smooth up to her, he gonna try to hit and try to do some other stuff because on the preview for the next week's episode, he made a sexual innuendo to her. And I was just like, you know what? I just don't like him. So let's just go there. Him and Marcus, they've been having their headbutts back and forth ever since he first came on the season. last week, okay? And now they're doing the team photos, okay, for the new team. And they was waiting on Marcus. He was late. We see Romello go, and then we see another team player go. Marcus finally comes when Eden was right in the process of calling him. And so that's when he gets up there to do his photos. He had asked Eden, like, girl, did we do anything last night? She said, no, hell no, and never will. I said, I know that's right. Stand your ground, baby. Stand your ground, Karuchi. Okay? Meanwhile, after that was going on, they wind up having like practice, basketball practice. And Romello and Marcus was shit talking to each other, okay? I'm like, y'all on the same team. Why y'all doing all this stuff, okay? Because I know y'all ain't finna be doing this stuff to each other on the court. I mean, we just saw, like, a couple of weeks ago. Was it last week when them two players on the NBA, on the Lakers was fighting each other? Y'all on the same team. Why are we fighting each other on the bench, okay? I just didn't understand it, And that's Marcus and Romello. I said, listen, reality is imitating art because this had already been recorded before that happened. And I said, child, this don't make no sense. What is going on? Why are we doing this? Okay, too much shit talking. Meanwhile, Marcus like, I got it with no hands. I got it with no hands. I got it with no hands, okay? And Romello went on ahead and made that three-pointer. And then Marcus fell into the wall. And then he was like, yeah, I rolled over you just like your bitch rolled over your hoe. I said, wait a minute. I said, now, Romello, you ain't have to do that. Remember, you didn't have to do that. That was too much. That's too much, okay? You deserve to get your ass whipped right there and there, okay? Because Marcus went after him. And, of course, the coach had to stop him and put him to the side. I said, we ain't going to talk to Romello. He was like, Coach, you heard what he said to me, huh? You heard, I'm sorry that I did what I did, but you heard what he said to me, right? And he was like, I mean, yeah, or whatever. He was like, put your feet in my shoes. Baby, I can't do that. He was like, he can't be talking stuff. He was like, well, I mean, you got a lot to be talked about. I said, now hold up, Coach. We can't be doing this. What are you doing? Okay, are you trying to soothe out the situation or are you trying to add to it? Because you trying to, it almost sounded like he was justifying it. Like, I mean, you got a lot to talk about, so I can understand it. I said, now, Coach, no, that's not how we start this situation off. But then he was like, basically that y'all need to just come together. He was like, Marcus basically said, listen, I don't give a fuck, okay? At the end of the day, I may grew up in the suburbs, but I ain't finna be treated like no bitch. I said, every time I hear somebody from the suburbs try to be hard, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. I said, say it again, Marcus. You ain't gonna be treated like no what? He said, I ain't gonna be treated like no bitch. I said, oh, boo, 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 boo. You're not gonna be treated like a bitch. But anyway, that's how Romello is treating your ass, okay? And you playing right into it, just like the coach said. He said that may be true, but the difference between you and him is the fact that he got stuff to lose, okay? Romello is playing like he got stuff to lose, and he's playing for all those nights that he went to bed hungry and everything. So at this point, he exploits your weak point. He's gonna find your weakness and he's gonna exploit it, and your ass play right into it, okay? And it's like, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? You gonna keep on fighting and doing all this about it? Then here come Marcus talking about something. Well, MJ slapped Steve Kerr. The coach said, well, nigga, you ain't MJ. And you ain't even up there yet. And walked away. I said, boy, these men and their egos. Meanwhile, Marcus go over there to Quenisha house. Quenisha and Kareem house when they was up there talking about what they gonna do with the money because Quenisha want to open up like a salon or something around the stadium area. And so Marcus come over there and was basically talking about this whole situation with Romello. First of all, he told him about talking to the detective. And Kareem said, why would you call a detective, okay? You don't call the detective. You are a black man. Why are you calling the police right about now, okay? They already suspect some stuff is going on that you're not telling. That's not what you do, okay? He was like, I just want to know where my baby at. I understand, but you got to assess the situation, okay? Meanwhile, they get to talking about this whole thing with Romello, okay? And Quenisha got involved. She was like, see, what you have to do is basically kill him with kindness. Because they was like, they say that people who come from lower class or poverty and had a hard time, they work harder. You know, they work harder to get to where they at and to stay there. And she gave an example. She was like, that ain't necessarily true, because she knew this girl, you know, who had a whole bunch of kids or whatever, and she really needed a job. And instead of just, you know, doing her clients right or whatever, she was fucking up, okay? And she didn't even realize it. And she got the girl to give her own clients whatever by smooching up to her and being nice to her, whatever. And she's like, I'm still cool with her dumbass, whatever. And basically, you got to kill the man with kindness, okay? And so Marcus took that into heed, and he, it was like this community thing, like a community service thing or whatever, where the kids was coming up there to the practice, and they was taking pictures and all that and getting, you know, like souvenirs or whatever from the players, from the Vipers. And you know, Eden was like, how did you get Romello to come? He was like, I apologized to him and, you know, did all that stuff, you know, and convinced him to stay after practice. You know, killed him with kindness, okay? And this is the part where we see how much of a dog he is. We saw it last week, but we really see it this week. You and Marcus are on cool terms for right now. Y'all cordial. Y'all not finna be butting head for right now. They taking a group photo with these kids, and instead of just focusing on why they're there, Romello gonna ask Marcus, do you think Eden is a screamer or a moaner? Because I'm gonna find out. I said, what? Girl. I just can't. He gives rapist tease, okay? I'm just going to put that out there. He gives rupee tease. That's what he gives, and I'm just not here for it. Moving on from that, the Vipers actually play their game, and at one point, it looked like that the Vipers was about to play against the Stallions, okay? It's the Stallion. It's the Stallion. It's your girl. That is my... Keke Palmer is the best for that. But no, before this, it was, you know how they do the little news sports broadcast on ESPN or right before the show or whatever. I mean, the game. So it was this broadcast, a sports broadcaster that knew Kareem, had him sit down because the person that was supposed to be there was a no-show. And so at this point, you know, he's asking him questions about Romello and Marcus, and who do you think is number one? And I was like, oh, why you gonna ask him that? And Kareem answered that question real good, okay? He said, listen, you ain't finna have me up here getting into no mess with Marcus nor Romello, okay? What the coach really needs to do is treat them both like they number one so that we can get what we need to get out of them. I said, that's a good answer. Good answer, Kareem. You know, so hey, Kareem just be popping up. Kareem just be popping up. He like part of the NBA, but not part of the NBA. Okay, he's unofficially part of the NBA. You know, he's just gonna be there. But they had the game, and at first it seemed like Marcus and Romello was working in cohesion, but then it kind of fell apart because at one point Marcus went to get the ball, Romello didn't throw it to him, and then you know Marcus' defense was all messed up a little bit at one point, and then Romello finally throws the ball to him at the end, and thinking that Marcus was going to easily get it into the net to win the game, and it went in but popped back out. So they lost. And I was just like, oops, toots. That's just how the game goes, all right? But meanwhile, at the very end of the episode, which hurt my heart, and it hurt Eric's too. Oh. Anyway, he go meet up with the rough guy from the group, okay? The white guy. Mind you, he had called Nia, and she had looked at the phone, and she turned it over. Then he called again. She looked at the phone, found out it was Eric, turned that bitch off, okay? The next morning, she turned her phone back on, and all you heard was, ding, 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 ding. I said, I know this ain't from Eric. I said, I hope this was from her job, and she getting a little pointer, you know, like some tea and all this stuff, some big news, and them came through. No, it was all from Eric. Over 20 messages, okay? A whole bunch of missed phone calls from him, but then a couple of messages that said, listen, you know, I got a meeting with somebody in a minute today, but when I finish, I'm coming over there to talk to you because we're going to try to get this back, you know, trying to get the relationship back on track. So he meets up at this coffee shop, and he sees Ruff, okay? And so at this point, Ruff is like, okay, cool. Let me get you some coffee. So he gets up, and he gets him some coffee. Mind you, Eric is sitting there talking about how the foundation is, you know, just, you know, can take people out, and they probably watching us right now. And he go, Ruff, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're watching. everything. And he's just applying and you know, agreeing with everything that he's saying with eagerness, okay? And at this point, while Eric was talking, after he drank some of that coffee, we didn't see what happened with the coffee, and I just knew something was wrong. I just knew something was wrong by the way he got up and he looked at the. I said, "You done this before, nigga. You part of the foundation." Now I'm in my conspiracy bag, and I don't even like that shit. I said he's part of the foundation. He's part of the foundation. That's is what he do. Okay, that is what he do because all of a sudden Eric was like, I don't understand what this is. Maybe I need to go get some air, baby." He is going into blur vision. He already got 4 eyes, okay? 2 and 2 that was manufactured for him. That is lovely, okay? And he said, listen, I know my vision is not bad with all 4 of these right here, right now. And all of a sudden, them things start going real blurry, real quick. And my man grabbing on the pole. I said, where's people coming around him and asking him if he okay? I said, so we don't do this. And I said, this how y'all do up in L.A.? This how y'all do up in L.A.? That man is grabbing on the pole, sliding down. I mean, I know we see a lot of crazy stuff, but listen, that motherfucker just laid down on the side. I said, I know the fuck not. And y'all just ended it like that. He better have been saved, okay? He better not have died. When I look at the next episode and I find out that man is gone, I'm going to be so pissed and I'm cussing y'all out. I just want y'all to know it. But anyway, that's the episode of what is this games people play. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. You guys tell me how you feel, and I will see you guys later on tonight for the rest of the shows that I review. Whew, Lord, I'm tired. Peace.